Hey there, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jeff Tan, and if for those of you who don't know me, I'm a father of 9. I'm a homeschooler and an educator, and also a life coach. And you can actually check out our other YouTube channel, Random Tan Experience, where my wife and I share our stories and philosophies and adventures of raising 9 kids. And all of the stories about that. So today I wanted to share some stories about how to incorporate financial literacy into your classroom. So just a little bit of background on me. When I got out of university, I was 40 grand in student loan debt. And twice in my life, I've actually lost $60,000 in borrowed money on investments that didn't work out. And at one point, I was $375,000 in debt, just leveraged in investments. This was not a mortgage, by the way, and only making $27,000 a year. So if you fast forward, I changed my mindset about money. And at the time, we had $28,000 in credit card debt. We had a growing family, and we realized, there had to be a better way. So we discovered a system of basic financial management. And in a year and a half, we cleared that $28,000 of debt. We bought our brand new vehicles, paid for them in cash, drove them off the lot, paid for in cash. And today, the only debt we have is our mortgage. And so I also run a pro bono financial coaching practice, which help to teach people how to get out of debt. So why is financial literacy crucial now? So the average Canadian debt right now is $22,800. And that is a quote from the Financial Post in 2018. Most of us will have student loans, and a lot of us lack the knowledge on how to manage our personal finances and are unaware of the basics of keeping track of our money. So let's play a game. So here's a list of some very common grocery items, and let's just see if we can identify what the cost of it. So, by the way, these are the prices in Alliston, Ontario. I know the prices are going to be different from town to town or whatever town that you're in, but the price of milk around here is $4.47. The price of tomatoes around here is $2.27. The price of eggs is $2.27, and a head of romaine lettuce is $2.47. A bag of peppers is $4.47. And then there's bread. Bread is $2.27. So what lesson plans could we create with this data? So the easiest thing, or the first thing that you might think about, is a math lesson, right? You could talk about the math, the tasks, you can total the things up. But financial literacy is both cross-curricular and spirally curricular. So I wanted to share some ways on how to incorporate financial literacy into your lesson plans. And so spirally curricular, because, you should I really feel that we should revisit, some of these financial literacy concepts throughout the grades. So I just share some lessons on from the grade 3 curriculum all the way up to the grade 8. So here's a quick sample of a grade 3 social studies lesson, the cost of living in Northern Ontario, where you take, the same activity that we just did, and you compare the prices between Barrie and Attawapiskat, which is a small town in Northern Ontario. And so when you take a look at these prices, you can see right away that there's a big differential. And these students, they can go around the room, they can, choose which price they would rather pay for their groceries. So then the activity then leads to a discussion on how cost of living drives, population distribution. So you can take the students who want to, live where the lower prices are, versus the kids who want who want to live where the higher prices are. And you'll see that more people would rather live where there are lower prices. And then you can see that that prediction actually pans out. Taking that same grocery exercise and incorporating it into a French lesson, you get the kids going to go through grocery shopping, and here's some of the overall expectations that you can, incorporate into your lesson. And so the idea would be, you take a list of, or create a list of items from the grocery store, and everybody can pick what items they want, and then tallies up how much they spent. Or everybody can get $50 to spend at the grocery store and go shopping. And so, how did that change your shopping habits? This is a lesson that a friend of mine put together, putting together a bake sale fundraiser for, some Syrian refugees that have come into the community. And the financial literacy connection to this would be then how much would we have to raise to buy groceries for one family for a week, and what other household items could we buy to help the families land on their feet, pots and pans and, other things that we might not consider. And, that really changed the conversation. How many cookies do we have to sell? How many cakes do we have to sell? You can really incorporate a lot of really cool financial literacy connections there. So in this lesson, we link financial literacy to language arts, and specifically on how advertising affects how we spend our money. So if we take a look at the cost of groceries, again, the same grocery shopping lesson, and you can compare the prices between brand names and store brands. Here's a really, interesting quote. A lot of people don't know that no-name brands are generally made in the same, made by the same companies that produce the name brands, just with different packaging. So, you could get the kids to take a look at the no-name brand cereal and, take a look at the price differential there. You can see that it's, quite significant. Take a look at jam. The jam, the no-name jam is, it's about $2 cheaper than the brand name jam. Even the premium no-name jam is at a great price. And chips, if you take a look at a bag of chips, how much more are you paying for name brands over just the regular store brand? So this is a really cool project here, a grade 8 social enterprise, social studies, creating a social enterprise. For this project, I teamed up with an NGO called the Sisters of Good Shepherd. We explored things like the minimum wage prices, child poverty rate in Canada, and we took a look at issues that prevent somebody from getting out of poverty, like the social cycle of homelessness and unemployment. We took, at an international level, we took a look at unequal distribution of global wealth, social justice initiatives that address unfair wealth distribution. And we also took a look at learning the basics of starting and running a business and how to create a socially responsible business model. So we teamed up with an NGO and a program called the Box of Hope, run by the Sisters of Good Shepherd. And they have centers all over the world where they, rescue women in extreme poverty and give them a trade, educate them, teach them read, give them a trade. And these women create these crafts. And these crafts are then distributed, in the developed world. And they can be sold at church fairs or, classroom projects like this. So the class can then, groups can, study the countries that these crafts are from, and then sell these crafts. And the fantastic thing about this program is every dollar that is, is spent. Like every, so a card costs $2. Let's say that $2 goes right back into the hands of the person that created it. I also wanted to share a tool called Zero Sum Budgeting. This is the tool that we use to get out of debt, in that year and a half. And basically, the way that it works is, tracking the money that comes in versus the money that's going out. And the target, you want your target to be zero. And it's as simple as that. It's a really cool, simple tool, that anybody can use. Feel free to, take something like this and use it. Or if you have any questions, you can, give me a call or contact me here, drop me a line. But there you go. So there are some ideas of how to incorporate financial literacy in your class. Thanks for watching. Cheers.